Take two! Yeah, yes it is. I'm doing a Pearl Jam video, as you can see by the thumbnail. And I am not pleased. I'm very angry. I just made an 18-minute video and it didn't save it. Prior to that, I went on a rant on why I'm still stuck in the Mirrorverse because I can't figure out how to get my phone out of the Mirrorverse when I'm recording a video. It's so frustrating. And then I record this whole video and it doesn't save either. This phone's... It's amazing how these inanimate objects will raise your blood pressure, almost want you to commit violence. Not on people, but on the phone itself. Anyway, I digress. We're in the Mirrorverse, we're doing a Pearl Jam video. I can't, man! I can't. I'll try to go through this again. Maybe I'll have... It's not gonna be spontaneous, though. Maybe I should buy better equipment. No, I shouldn't. This works fine. It's got high-def capabilities. It should just work properly. Get an iPhone, Frank. No. See, I'm going off on tangent. Stick to the topic, bro. The topic. The topic is a Pearl Jam album rank. I know. Anyway, so we'll start like with this. As you can see, it's in the Mirrorverse. This is Mojo Magazine. I had just gotten this because Pearl Jam just released their 12th studio album. So I figured, you know what? I was going to do a Pearl Jam ranking. I had it sitting up here on a shelf for like a year. And then I heard they were releasing a new album. So I said, let me wait. So that's what I did. So this is Mojo. Mojo's from the United Kingdom. It's a magazine over there. They also have Uncut Magazine. Wonderful music magazines. Just so much stuff in here. There's a thing on the Black Keys in here. There's so much great stuff. Look, they got Roxy Music in here, which I just found Roxy Music had an offshoot called 801 State with the guitarist and Brian Eno. Now I want to seek that out. They review tons of records in here. It's just good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, we'll get to the album ranking. Well, let me... See, I was into Pearl Jam right off the bat, and that's only because I was very early to the grunge scene, but it was not called the grunge scene. Let me bring my camera down. I mean my mic. Arrgh. So, try to adjust this. What is that? Oh, anyway. So, that's Gia. That's the movie with Gia, with, what's her name? Think of a name. See this little missteps like this. Gia, she's married to Brad Pitt. She's regardless. Angelina Jolie. There you go. But whatever. What was that? Yeah, so I was very early on into Soundgarden. They were the first ones I was into, and Mother Love Bone, which had their first album, Apple. Actually, their only album. And it's been re-released as Mother Love Bone and whatever. And I also had Nirvana's Bleach. This was in 89, and the other ones I think were in 88. So I was very... I had heard of Green River, but never heard their music. I'm still not that familiar with their music. And then, of course, I got into Alice in Chains with Facelift, which came out in 1990. Like I'm stressing, this was called alternative music. It wasn't grunge. I don't even know where that started, man. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's kind of hip, though. You know, now it's a little cliche, but at the time it was kind of hip. So, I remembered, and then Temple of the Dog came out. The tribute to Andrew Wood from Mother Love Bone, and they also had these new guys. They had Chris Cornell in there, and they also had the members of Mother Love Bone with Eddie Vedder, this new guy, which became Pearl Jam. They were known as Mookie Blaylock from the Seattle Supersonics before they became Pearl Jam. Mookie Blaylock. They ran into problems. It's kind of a cool name too. I like that, but it was an actual person, so I don't think they could have done it. But anyway, already also all this stuff I talk about Pearl Jam, how much I've liked them over the years. They're not as high on my echelon as they used to be. I only saw them once. I saw them one time. I saw them April 12th in 1992. I saw them at the Limelight Club in New York City. Limelight Club was a church that they converted into a club, owned and operated by Peter Gayton, who would go to jail for drug trafficking, and it also had all those club kids that were focused on it. Party Monster, that movie with Macaulay Culkin. You know, they murdered people. They were just whacked out. But anyway, so we saw him there with my friend Jamie. I would like to talk to him about that, to reminisce. Jamie knows, we're aware of each other. He lives in Florida now, and we just don't really talk to each other. I don't know why. I gave my friend Jeff the phone number. Jamie never reached out to me. I'm going to ask Jeff for Jamie's phone number, and I'm going to call him. Hey, Jamie, remember that cunt? Anyway, so they played like 15 songs, which is pretty good. They played Oceans. They opened with Oceans because I printed this off, which I like stuff like this on the internet. Even Flow, Why Go? They did a Fugazi cover. They played Deep, Alive, Black, State of Love and Trust, which wasn't. I think that was for the singles, which I think came out right after this. That was on there. So they kind of focused that. They played Rockin' in the Free World and I've Got a Feeling by the Beatles. A great show. Eddie Vedder off the balcony. I remember it to this day. Great. It's kind of cold out. I remember it was cold. I had a leather jacket on. It's still kind of cold. I think me and Jamie got home like 6 in the morning. Because it was at a club, so we went late. Anyway, let's begin. My number 12 album is Backspacer. You know, they use their old go-to Brendan O'Brien for this. When did this come out? This came out in 2009, I think. Yes, it did. Went gold. Went to number 1 in the U.S. There's just nothing on here that particularly grabs me. It's not a bad album. Maybe I should give it another try. Maybe I should, like I said, I need to bring an album into my car, pop it in the CD player, and just drive around with it for a week on repeat, and then things tend to grow on you. That's the only way you can really judge, but people don't do that anymore because of streaming. I don't have satellite radio. I got this and I listen to a college station and an oldie station. That's it. I don't listen to the current rock stations because those are all AI programmed balderdash. Anyway, you know what's on here? The Fixer was the big song on here. Speed of Sound. Speed of Sound is the one song I love on it. And that's written by Matt Cameron, the drummer. Yeah, he was a drummer for Soundgarden. Now he's drumming for Pearl Jam. He used to drum for both, and then unfortunately we know what happened with Soundgarden and Chris Cornell. This is pretty. I like their packaging on their records. They always got some pretty cool stuff. You know, it's just a really interesting cover. But that song's great. But then ranking's got to rank somewhere, right? They have to fall in place somewhere. That's number 12. Number 11 is Riot Act. Big song on here was I Me Mine. When did Riot Act came out? A long time ago. Riot Act came out in 2002. Went gold, went to number 5 in the U.S. Number 11, Riot Act. Then we got the Avocado record. The Avocado record. This came out in 2006. Went to number 2, went gold. Worldwide Suicide was the big song. Parachutes, that's a slow burning, slow song. Inside Job, slow song. Life Wasted, that's the opening track, is good. Like I said, not a bad album. It's just a rock album. Nothing that jumps out at me. And then we have this one. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Number 9. I'm still flustered from before, to be honest. Okay, so Sirens. I remember this came out. Me and my son were living in Queens. I was like, and I think I saw the video for it, for the song Sirens, ironically written by Mike McCready. Mike McCready was one of the guitarists for the band. The band consisting of Jeff Ament, Eddie Vedder, and Mike McCready and Stone Gossard, and now they had a problem with their drummers came and go. Dave Rubrizi was on their first 2 albums, and then maybe 3 albums, and then Matt Cameron's in there now. It's interesting, you know the names of the band. You know why they knew the names of the band? because you bought albums, you bought CDs and records, and you looked at it and, oh, where was this recorded, and who played on this, and here's the lyrics. People don't do that no more. That's why nobody knows. There's all these faceless, nameless bands. Like, you can name the Beatles, you can name Nirvana, you can name who was in Rush. That all stopped around 2001. Like Linkin Park. It's Mike Shinoda and Mr. Hahn, and who else is that? Phoenix. I said to know some of them. Even go a little further. Go up to like 2005. Pick a band, whether it's, Breaking Benjamins or any. Who is in the band? I don't know. You listen to their music because it's all streaming. See, I'm going off on a tangent again. Stay focused, white monkey. So Sirens came out 2013, and let me see. Went gold. No, it went gold in Australia. That's like I said. There wasn't even any data for the U.S. So but maybe went close to gold. Gold in the U.S. is 500,000. Million is platinum. For those of you who didn't know, when that mattered, when that meant something. Went to number 1. Sirens, great song. Lightning Bolt's a great song. It's just a good album on a whole. Swallowed Whole. It's a good album. Where are we? So that was. So that's. What am I doing here? 12, 11. Okay, we're up to number 8. Their newest record, Dark Matter. That's a good album. I keep saying that. It's not redundant. Dark Matter's a great song. Sacred Fear. See, this is once again, I got to bring this into the car, into the CD player, and just listen to it. It might go up. It might go up the White Monkey charts on the album ranking. Right now, it's at number 8. Okay, it's got to fall somewhere. Number 8. There you go. And number 7, we have Yield. Yield's, like I said, big songs on Yield were Given a Fly and Wish List. Do the Evolution. Those are the 3 big ones. Push Me, Pull Me, all those yesterdays. Here's the Rat Garden. Number 7. Number 6 was their album. Well, what was Yield? When did Yield come out? Yield came out in 98, went platinum, went to number 2 in the United States. This one went to number 5. This is Gigaton. I like this record a lot. You know why I like this record so much? Because it sat in my car stereo for like 3 weeks, and I just kept listening to it over and over, and it really grew on me. It's got a lot of different sounds and textures to it. Dance of the Clairvoyants. That's a great song. It's almost like a club. It's got like a club beat to it. Super Blood, Wolf Moon, Whoever Said. I just like this album a lot. This is a great comeback album to me. Fantastic. That's number 6. Number 5. This album usually turns up last for a lot of people. I like this album a lot. Binaural. This came out in 2000, and this went gold. Went to number 2. Nothing As It Seems. Light Years is one of their best songs. It's one of my favorite songs by them. It's just a good record. Break or Fall, God's Dice, Thin Air, Insignificance. I like this album a lot. I don't know why it gets so much hate. I don't know. This would be higher. This is number 4. This is Vitalogy. This is their 3rd album. Sold 5 million records. Went to number 1. Okay? It's got a lot of bangers on it. Last Exit, Spin the Black Circle, Not For You, Nothing Man, Immortality, Better Man. You know what brings this down for me? Stupid Mop, whatever the hell that is, and Bugs. They're like, the last song on the album is like, I don't know, what is that? What is that? It's like Revolution 9 by the Beatles. Is it Pearl Jam did it? But anyway, so that's number 4, Vitalogy. And then we have No Code. It's number 3. Number 3, baby. Number 3. I like this album a lot. Basically, it just sounds really different. This is a pivotal album for them. It's just it's very dark. It's a very darker album. And what's on here? Hail Hail is a big song. Who Are You? I just like it. It's just a darker album. Interesting cover with the Polaroids. They gave me some Polaroids in here, like facsimile Polaroids. It's number 3. Number 2, this is a shock, but number 2 and 1 could flip back and flip back and forth at any given time. Well, I'm coming in under the previous video. That's good. Let's hope it saves. Their debut album, 10. The reason this is so as number 2 for me is because it's basically overplayed. I've heard this like a gazillion times. A gazillion times. It doesn't mean it can't come back to number 1 at some point, maybe in 10 years when I haven't listened to it in a while. And that's the only songs they play is from this. Number 1 is Versus. This is when they were just Pearl Jam at the top of the world. This went to number 2. It took a while to get there, and it sold 13 million records. Can you imagine 13 million records? That's like, it's a diamond. It's a diamond. It's diamonds in the sky. Talking about diamonds. Diamonds are forever. Anyway, yeah, it probably sold like 30 million around the world. When that meant something, when everybody wasn't streaming. Yeah, I stream my songs. Number 1, Versus. This is a banger from start to finish, man. Go, Animal, Daughter, Glorified G, Dissident, Rearview Mirror, Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, Indifference. Love it. Sold 7 million records, probably worldwide 20 million. Went to number 1. But there you go. There's my album ranking. Number 1, number 2, 10. No Codes, number 3. Number 4 is Vitology. Number 5 is Binaural. Number 6 is A Gigaton. Number 7 is Yield. Number 8 is their newest endeavor, Dark Matter. Number 9 is Lightning Bolt. Number 10 is The Avocado. Number 11 is Riot Act. And then Backspacer at number 12. And then you also have these little side note. Rearview Mirror, Best Of. And Lost Dogs, another compilation. So there you go. There's my album ranking for Pearl Jam. Please, video, please save. I don't think I have it in me to do it again. But everyone, have a wonderful day and bye-bye.